G'day, it's Mark, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, something a little bit different. A lot of you, or some of you, are probably collecting or have collected sales brochures over the years for the cars you're interested in. I know I've got brochures on things like this LTD, but I've collected a whole stack of brochures for about 45 plus years. So anyway, I recently, through my mate Alex, came across a stash of some really cool old brochures and thought I'd just share them with you in this episode. So let's take a look. Okay, so the first brochure I got here, it's a little booklet, a catalogue, Ford Cars catalogue for October 79. I've got a stack of these. I remember going up to Alto Ford as a kid up at Gordon and collecting these. These would come out every few weeks, like they'd be updated fairly regularly. They had the full range of cars. There was an English version of these as well for people in the UK. They had a similar sort of concept or layout. There's Luna Park in Sydney there. But yeah, like Escorts, you know, the Gears, the full range of cars, the RS2000s. They were pretty cool. My sister had a Ford or automatic one of those. Even things like the vans, they were pretty cool. Little sports packs and the fashion pack Escorts. The Cortinas, the old TC Cortina, which we had up to a 4.1 litre straight six. Pretty large engine for a car like that. They call it the lead tipped arrow in terms of handling. The Wagon, that's a nice looking car. You don't see many of these Cortinas these days. A Ghia, a couple of Ghias there. The nice alloy wheels and other interior features. The GS Rally Pack Cortinas, you never ever see those. I mean, how cool is that? An orange GS Rally Pack station wagon. One of those in a little 2 litre, even with a manual, would be a nice little car, I think. And then in this episode, or this issue, the XD Falcon with the ICE. It was the launch TV commercial for the Falcon. So I just went through the various features of that. That was a big step forward in terms of modernity compared to the previous XC series. Although I think I mentioned in previous episodes, I was a bit sad because we're leaving the American style behind and going to the European, but I also like this European look as well. Ford Fairmont Ghia. You need to order up to a 5.8 litre V8 in those. Nice interior there. The station wagons, again up to a 5.8 V8 for those. I think that's an S-Pack there. S-Pack, yep. The driving lights and the pretty cool trim with the stripes in it. The ZJ Fairlane, that's, so I can get that reflection out of there. That's a nice model, Fairlane, I remember when they came out. Nice chocolate brown one there. Silver was very popular. You can see even here the bumpers, this new rubber bumper, and it shows the old XC as a comparison. Check out my Fairlane history episode and the XD Falcon one for that matter. Nice interiors. The vans, how cool were these? The Escort van, the Sundowner, the XD, and also the Transit van. You can see that there, that's the Falcon Sundowner van. Again, these sort of sports interiors with the striped seats. The Transit van, I think you got a 4.1 litre, yeah, 4.1 litre cross flow in that. There probably were other engines, but that's what is listed there. Little Escort panel van, 1.6 litre, but I think you could probably get a 2 litre in that. And then these are the Mazdas, the Ford Courier. You very rarely see these now. And then the F-Series truck, which is very cool as a 4-wheel drive one there. Get the 351 in that. Then XD commercials. The panel van, you can get a 5.8 in that. And I always like these sort of illustrations at the end which showed the full range and the colours, available colours. The sedans and the Fairlane in there as well. And then just talks about if you're travelling overseas, you can rent a Ford, and so it's showing, you know, in Europe somewhere, somebody renting a Ford Capri. There's this brochure here, which is an American one. This is the Ford Thunderbird. It's the Landau. It's a really nice looking car. Would have been a 390, I guess. think this is about a, what, 61, 62, something like that, would be my guess. I'm trying to see what the year model it is. But they're a nice looking car. Quite affordable for a long time, you know, from a collectible perspective. These cars are not a lot of money. There's the Sport Roadster there, 1962. Wow, that's really nice looking, isn't it? Look at that, beautiful. So part of the haul, the P1800 Volvo, the Saint Simon Templar, drove one of those. You can see those brochures there. These are just leaflets. And then there's the later one here, I guess from what, the early 70s potentially. It's another one of the older ones there, the 1800S. But this is like this camback wagon. That was kind of a cool looking car. 1972 is what this brochure is here. Thought these were pretty cool. I remember I used to see the odd one of those around. It was quite a nice looking car back in the day. Something quite different, unusual. Again, very rarely see these on the road now. Then there's some Canadian brochures. So this is a 59 Meteor. This is a Canadian one. It's a good haul of brochures. 55 Meteor. Some pretty cool cars in that. It's the full range. Our custom lines were based pretty heavily on those, I think. This is a 1954 Monarch. We've got the see-through roof, which is like a Sun Valley type feature. This folds out. Beautiful illustrations back in the day, 1954. Great colours as well, exterior and also interiors. So I thought that was quite a cool brochure. Another, is that the same brochure? No, different one. Another 54 Monarch with new power. So I don't know what's new about it, but looks the same brochure to me. Oh no, it's different inside, different. Maybe this is the larger sedan, I'm not quite sure. Another one there, the Meteor. 53 Monarch. 57 Monarch, look at that. Just amazing cars back in the day, the designs. 49 Monarch. They're different to the Mercury and the Ford, different grills and things like that. And obviously the names of the cars themselves is Canadian market only. 53 Meteor. 54 Meteor. A 52 Monarch. Just love the old brochures, the old illustrations and all that kind of stuff. Like just really, really cool. If you like that sort of stuff, which I do. And then 1956 Meteor, very heavy treatment with the bumpers and stuff, the chrome and everything. The old Y-block V8, I guess. Let's have a look. Great colour schemes, as I said before. Look at the, and just the fashions and yeah, just the styles, just very, very cool. All this old stuff. That wagon. It's very heavy, that bumper though, isn't it? That treatment. But it's all part of history and just interesting how they made different variations just for the Canadian market. So that's those. Now this is cool because this is like FC Ltd, which is the car that I went to near the border of South Australia the other day with Jake, and we brought the car back. And here's the original sales brochure on the car, which is really, really cool. I remember when this came out, I remember this brochure, and look at the beautiful condition, leather interior. So basically this is the same as the car I got the other day. See the interior there. Now that's interesting because mine has wood grain here, whereas this is just plastic. I don't know whether mine was a sort of a slightly later model in terms of upgrade. But yeah, how cool does that look? Really nice car. Shows the old P6 LTD and then the new LTD in terms of difference in size. So wheelbase 5024 to 5366. Rear overhang 1297 to 1203. Front overhang on this one 875 to 996. Overall length 5,366 millimetres to 5,024. So it's more compact and more modern shape, you know. In terms of engine choices, what have we got here? We've got the 5.8 litre 4-barrel V8. I don't think the 6 was available at this stage. I think it was just the V8, but the 6 did become available later. So that's pretty cool. And then I think there's some old newspaper ads in here as well. Oh, that was just an article on a XE Coupe, which was a kind of a one-off vehicle. Here's some old ads in here as well. Look at the cars. Some Holdens, Chimeras, $7,200. Geminis, $5,950. Commodores, $9,600. Remember when cars were that cheap? Me neither. And then this is a ZJ, an old newspaper ad for a ZJ Fairlane Sportsman. That's pretty cool. So as I said, Alex got these. I thought, well, why not? Here's a brochure on a Falcon. I think this might be even an XK. This is for Ford dealers and Ford salespeople only. Another boost for Falcon and the new 170 Pursuit. Yeah, so this is an XK brochure, but it's obviously the later one when they brought out the larger engine. Because looking at a 144, and this was the choice of 2 engines now, more power. So that's cool. It's a rare piece. I haven't seen that before. And then what have we got here? This one's kind of fairly ripped up, but it's a beautiful old ad. Again, original newspaper ad for a XK Falcon, biggest muscles in the business. 1962, so it's very late. XK Falcon, 909 pound. And it's got the Falcon going through its paces as a wagon here, and also a tank Fairlane as well. And there's just a little postcard on the, this was Alex ages ago, before I really knew him, had a original billboard of XK Falcon. I'd love to got my hands on that, but that's what that picture was. And then these is some original Ford dealer advertising. Dealers to do layouts for their Falcon advertising in their local newspaper. Just talking about some of the features, and this is all stuff just for the Ford dealer to use, which is pretty cool. Know who your prospects are, know where your prospects are, and how to sell to them. So it's all spiel, internal sales spiel. It's a test on the 170 Pursuit engine for the Falcon, for manual and automatic, and compares it to the Holden as well in terms of fuel economy. That's the Mobil gas economy run. There's an old Falcon postcard. It's pretty cool. Falcon Car of the Year. This will be the XP. It's an original brochure. They did the durability, 70,000 mile durability run. And the car won Car of the Year, the XP Falcon. Check out my XP Falcon episode if you want to know more about that car. So that's pretty cool. Little brochure here on a Ford experimental cars. The Mustang 2, the Cougar 2 and the Allegro. I've actually seen this car in the Detroit Bubble Car collection, where all the cars are sort of in those plastic bubble containers. But pretty cool, actually. So just a little, probably an El Cheapo little handout from motor shows. That's what that is. Original Shelby Mustang postcards. Another one there. 67 road cars. Pretty cool stuff. If you're into your Shelby Mustangs. Ford taxi cabs, that's what, a 59 Ford. So they're the old taxi brochures. I mean, I just find all this stuff really interesting. I guess maybe some don't, but I do. Colour selector from 1980. Just some of the great colours that they had back in the day. Wedgwood blue looks like the colour of my LTD that I got. That's probably what it's called. I think somebody said that the other day, one of the subscribers. And then there's some old original postcards. XR Falcon, 65 Galaxy, another 65 Galaxy, then the XP Falcon. So that's pretty cool. And these Ford Custom Line brochures, that's cool. Custom Line was a really popular car in Australia. Expensive, you know, V8, upmarket car, but very well regarded by everyone, particularly people out in the country that had a few bucks. But they really loved the V8 engine and just the room and the power of the car. And I guess the fact that it was a fairly rugged vehicle as well. So they were very popular. They still are today. A couple of dealer postcards. What's this from Corowa? Alf Parkin Proprietary Limited in Corowa. It's a mainline ute, a custom line sedan. So that's pretty cool. Here's a 46 Ford ute. Original coupe utility brochure. That's a bit of a find. I've never seen that one before. Ford V8 mainline ute, a great workmate. How cool is that? Again, love these illustrations. Just the beautiful, you know, the skill that these people had back in the day, you know, just drawing up these old brochures and things for the advertising. You know, had the painted metal dash to look like wood, the timber floors in the back. If you had one of these back in the day, you were pretty special, I think. Just really nice, beautiful illustrations. It's a Tank Fairlane, basically, original owner's handbook. That's pretty cool. It's a 59 model Ford, but we sold these up until about 61, I believe. So, yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Don't know if it's got a year on it or not, but nice piece, good condition. And then this is a really cool book, which is like a history of Ford in Australia. It's a nice book celebrating, I guess, 25 years of Ford in Australia and the people that were part of it. So it's got all the history of where Ford started in Australia, I guess down at Geelong and the different factories around the country. You can see here the old Model T Fords used to build here. I guess also, you know, wartime production as well. The coupe utility, that was Lou Bant's work. French, he was the managing director from 25 to 50, then making weapons in the Second World War. You know, guns, ships, personnel, or, you know, universal Bren gun carriers, things like that. And then a sort of post-war period as well. Amazing, isn't it? All this industrial knowledge and resource has been lost now. Then I guess these are all the dealers around Australia. That's terrific. The different plants. Eagle Farm, North Fremantle. It says Granville. They then did a plant at Homebush. Remember that one. Largs Bay in Adelaide. Then obviously the plant in Geelong. And then there's one here in Ballarat, apparently. Look into the future. That's C.A. Smith talking about that. Yeah, so that's particularly cool. I'm gathering by the illustration is it maybe around 49, 50. I guess, well, 25 years from 1925, right? So it must be 1950 usually. So that's quite cool. Never seen that one before. Then this old ute brochure. This is cool as well. I like the very Australian sort of illustration of the guy with his hat on, and Alf Parkin from Corowa again. It's obviously the good place to get old brochures back in the day. Well, the purple rocker covers, I don't know whether they came out like that, but and blue chassis. But that's, yeah, look at that, that's terrific. Beautiful illustrations. Nice lush interiors for what's a workhorse, but you know, probably a luxurious workhorse if anything. Beautiful. Another great old brochure, very Australian setting, looks like Queensland or something like that. The custom line V8. People going through looking at the car at the showroom, very impressive. V8 engine, full chassis. Yeah, love the old Ford badges too, that looked terrific. Some of the features, offset door hinges allow more room, centre filling fuel tank, plenty of room for luggage. I love this, the Kangaroo, rather than having, in America that they have the dogs, new Ford V8. Ford keeps Australia a long hop ahead in motor manufacture. That's terrific. Then XD Falcon accessories. Love the driving lights in these wheels, that always looks terrific. Cool colour as well. Yeah, these wheels will look, I think they call these Volantes as well. Sports road wheels, yeah, okay. The Volante was more what was on the GXL, I guess. Various accessories, grille mesh guards, rear spoiler, the driving lights, demister on the wagon, it doesn't look too good. The stand-up emblem, which I don't think suits the car at all, but used to see particularly old people doing that to their cars. Some sheepskin covers, they were very popular, air horns, and so on. Yeah. Ford Trucks, 1951. It's kind of cool. Range of trucks, again with the V8 engine, Ford V8. Like it's got this tartan sort of effect. This is cool, the freewheeling feeling F100 freewheeling option pack. Looks very good, not sexist at all in terms of the advertising. And then on the back there, it's the decal there. It's kind of cool, I've never seen one of these. Raw orange. I think it's the colour of Brian's panel van. Check that episode out if you haven't. Marigold, Ghost Gum, or Arctic Blue. You got like a GXL style wheel, the striped seats like in the Falcon S packs. Blackout bumper instead of chrome. So that was the, and these sports wheels, that was, and blackout grille, that was part of that freewheeling pack. Looks good. Then the last one is Great Car Gear. It's a Motorcraft brochure. Again, a lot of sort of gratuitous models included in the brochures, but just some, you know, Ford accessories from the time for your cars with the prices as well. An XD roof rack, $59 plus tax. The lamb's wool seat covers, up to $70 plus tax. It's quite a lot of money. GT sports mirrors, $12.50. A UHF two-way radio, $323. That's very dear. Thematic fan, between $70 to $109. Body protection strip, $18 each. Again, you know, there's no way that would fly these days if you sort of put forward a catalogue like that. But that was a different time, so there you have it. And just in case you didn't have enough of the models in the t-shirts, here's some more. With a big cart full of Motorcraft parts and accessories. Got the one there. These are the Volante wheels I was talking about earlier. Pretty cool though, seeing just some of the prices of this stuff. Tow hooks, $79. Not that dear, not that cheap really for the time. That's, you know, probably 40 plus years ago. So it's actually quite a lot of money. Some of the stuff's actually quite dear. Other stuff's cheap. Radiator cleaner, $1.45. That sounds more like it. Old jacket. Yeah, strange photo shoots from back in the day at the Ford Parts and Accessories division. Low maintenance batteries, they don't list a price for that. Jacket's $39. The wind cheater, $23. Obviously bra was not available as a Ford accessory or option. Lightweight jacket, $24. Wind cheaters, $16.50. I think my brother had one of these. This is cool. The little Ford Mini tractor, $79. 100 kilogram carrying capacity. That's actually pretty good. I assume is it electric or is it pedal power? I don't really know. 79 bucks. The old Motorcraft umbrella, be collectible now. And the end, basically. So that catalogue was from 1979. Anyway, that was just a bit of a grab of a hoard of brochures I got from Alex the other week. So I thought I'd just share those with you guys. And yeah, some pretty cool stuff in there. And I always like to have the brochures to go with the cars. And it just sets the scene. And you know, you can check out the accessories, what was available back in the day, and also even things like location of badges. And if you're restoring a vehicle, often brochures and things are a really good source of information. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and please give the episode a like and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.